Welcome back to Who Died Today USA channel. In the past few days, we have received somber news about the passing of extraordinary talents. Today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Additionally, we will recap the stars we have recently lost. Before we begin, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you.
Almost won, the trumpet will be sounding with the coming of the sun.
Goodbye, Lulu Roman, the golden smile of cornfield. Lulu Roman, the beloved comedian and gospel singer who rose to fame on the iconic television show Hee Haw, died on April 23rd at the age of 78 in Bellingham, Washington, where she had moved 7 months earlier to be near her son, Damon Roman. Her death was sudden, and the cause of death has not yet been determined according to her family. But her legacy is eternal, a symbol of resilience, faith, and a joyful spirit. Born on May 6, 1946, as Bertha Louise Habel, her life was a journey from abandonment to redemption. Left at a Dallas orphanage due to a thyroid condition that caused her to gain significant weight, Lulu was never adopted and was often ridiculed for her appearance. Her childhood was filled with hardship and addiction, but in 1973, a spiritual turning point came when she found faith in God, a moment that changed her life and gave her a fresh start. From performing as the world's greatest go-go dancer in Jack Ruby's nightclubs to becoming a beloved comedy star on Hee Haw, Lulu captured the hearts of millions with her sharp wit and natural charm. Discovered by Buck Owens, she was more than just the funny fat girl. She was a powerful gospel singer, releasing more than a dozen albums, winning a Dove Award in 1985, collaborating with Dolly Parton and George Jones, and being inducted into the Country Gospel Music Hall of Fame in 1999. Despite overcoming her drug addiction, Lulu continued to struggle with her health. At one point, weighing 380 pounds and using a scooter to get around, she refused to give up. After weight loss surgery and subsequent complications, she fought back with determination and faith, eventually losing nearly 200 pounds. "Now I can not only walk, but I can run. Not fast, but I can run," she once said, smiling proudly. Her passing was a huge loss to the entertainment world and those who admired her sincerity and the strength behind her humor. As her longtime Hee Haw co-star Misty Rowe recalled, "We used to fight, then make up by saying, 'I love you, Lou,' and she would smile and say, 'I love you too, sugar.' Now, Lulu is my angel in heaven." If you were ever touched by Lulu Roman, by her humor, her music, or her incredible journey, we invite you to honor her memory by sharing your thoughts in the comments below. Do you have a special memory of Lulu? Is there a song or role she played in Hee Haw that stands out in your heart? Let's all join together to preserve the beautiful legacy of an extraordinary woman, one who brought light, laughter, and unwavering faith from the darkest places.
About a year, and at the end of the year we all realized that we'd all earned $40 during the course of the year.
Is that why big bands will not come back?
On April 24th, 2025, the global music community was shaken by the heartbreaking news that Peter McKayan, the legendary music producer behind the phenomenal success of Men at Work, had passed away at the age of 74. The news was confirmed by the band's lead singer, Colin Hay, through an emotional tribute on social media, prompting an outpouring of grief and remembrance from fans around the world. Peter McKayan was the visionary who helped shape the iconic sound of Men at Work with the groundbreaking album Business as Usual, 1981, a masterpiece that propelled the band to international stardom. Featuring unforgettable hits like Down Under, Who Can It Be Now, Be Good Johnny, and Overkill, the album made history by simultaneously topping the charts in the US, UK, and Australia, a landmark achievement for Australian music. In his tribute, Colin Hay reflected, Peter was a warm, intelligent, and incredibly talented man. He helped us arrange all those songs and was able to sonically articulate exactly what we were trying to share with the world. Though their contact became less frequent over the years, Hay added with heartfelt regret, "I wish I'd seen him more." Peter McKayan was more than just a producer. He was a musical storyteller, a master of transforming raw ideas into melodies that resonated across the globe. Though his earthly journey has come to an end, his legacy lives on in every note, every lyric, and every heart his music has touched. His sound endures, timeless, vibrant, and eternal.
I usually read these over before we start the show. According to the lyrics of this 1967 hit song by...
Famous for his warm baritone voice, friendly smile, and unmistakably polished style, Wink Martindale was one of America's most beloved television icons. Over more than 7 decades in show business, he became a familiar face in households across the nation, guiding viewers through legendary game shows like Tic-Tac-Toe, Gambit, and High Rollers. With his colorful blazers and calm demeanor, Martindale wasn't just a host. He made audiences feel like welcomed old friends. Born in Jackson, Tennessee on December 4, 1933, Winston Conrad Martindale began his broadcasting career at the age of 17, earning $25 a week at a local radio station. From his early days as a DJ in Memphis to hosting teen dance shows featuring none other than Elvis Presley, Martindale steadily built a thriving career. His move to Los Angeles marked a turning point, propelling him into television stardom. Along the way, he also found success in music, with his spoken word recording Deck of Cards reaching the Billboard Top 10 in 1959, a testament to his versatile talent. Off-screen, he was a devoted husband, loving father, and loyal friend. His wife, Sandy Farah, a former dancer in Elvis Presley films, shared a love story with Wink, built on mutual respect and unwavering connection. Martindale also gave back generously to the community through charity work and penned his memoir, Winking at Life, reflecting on the many memorable chapters of his remarkable journey. Wink Martindale passed away on April 15, 2025, at his home in Rancho Mirage, California, at the age of 91. He is survived by his wife, 3 daughters, an honorary son, and countless memories and a legacy cherished by millions. More than a game show host, he embodied kindness, passion, and the timeless art of television storytelling.
I wanna know if you be my girl.
Born Antonyino Lompio in Niagara Falls, New York, Nino Tempo rose from child prodigy to Grammy-winning music icon, leaving behind a legacy that spanned jazz, pop, funk, and the golden age of session musicianship. He passed away on April 12, 2025, at his home in West Hollywood, California, at the age of 90. The news was confirmed by his friend Jim Chaffin and cousin Salvatore Arnone, who remembered Tempo as not only a gifted musician, but also a deeply kind and passionate soul. From an early age, Tempo's talent was unmistakable. By age 4, he was winning talent contests, and by 7, he was sharing the stage with Benny Goodman. After moving to Los Angeles in the late 1940s, he quickly became a fixture in the music scene, eventually playing saxophone for legends like Frank Sinatra, Bobby Darin, and John Lennon. As a key member of the Wrecking Crew, the famed group of elite studio musicians, he helped craft the sound of countless hits throughout the 1960s and 70s. But Tempo's most iconic moment came in 1963 when, alongside his sister April Stevens, he released a hauntingly beautiful version of Deep Purple. With its signature spoken word intro and falsetto response, the song became an instant sensation, climbing to #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and earning a Grammy Award. It captured a sound both tender and timeless, one that audiences never forgot. Though his sister April passed away in 2023, the siblings' musical bond remains etched in American music history. Nino Tempo's artistry, discipline, and emotional depth made him a rare talent. He may have left this world, but the music he created will continue to resonate, echoing through generations with every soulful note.
I can hear it now. It was a lot of fun making this.
Sophie Nida, a gifted young actress known for her moving performances in Noah, Mammoth, and An Invisible Sign, has left the world far too early at the age of 24. With her soulful eyes and quiet depth, Sophie brought vulnerability and truth to every role she took on. Her portrayal as the daughter of Michelle Williams and Gael Garcia Bernal in Mammoth revealed a rare emotional maturity, hinting at the profound artist she was becoming. Off-screen, Sophie's life was marked by both passion and pain. She was an avid snowboarder, a devoted dancer, and a young woman with an old soul who found solace in the creative world of film and art. Her family described her as kind, trusting, and sensitive, traits that sadly made her vulnerable. Through her drawings and writing, Sophie documented deep emotional wounds and trauma. Despite support from professionals and loved ones, she often chose to face her struggles alone, self-medicating in ways that ultimately cost her life. Tragically, Sophie was pregnant at the time of her death, a fact confirmed by her death certificate. She was found in a wooded area near Bennington, Vermont, not far from her home. Authorities are investigating the possibility of an unintentional overdose, and foul play has not been ruled out. Her family hopes her story serves as a call to compassion and action. Sophie's legacy is not only in the roles she played, but in the lives she touched. Donations in her memory can be made to RAIN, in honor of a gentle spirit who deserved so much more.
You didn't come out all this way just to catch up now, did you?
Sam Neill, a journey through stardom, solitude, and strength. For decades, Sam Neill has graced our screens with a quiet authority and magnetic presence that transcends genres and generations. Yet behind the blockbuster roles and red carpet appearances lies the journey of a man whose life has been anything but conventional. From global superstardom in Jurassic Park to a deeply personal battle with illness, Neill's story continues to evolve, layered, human, and profoundly inspiring. Born in Northern Ireland and raised in New Zealand, Sam Neill's roots are as diverse as his filmography. His early acting career unfolded gradually, but the world truly took notice when he portrayed Dr. Alan Grant in Steven Spielberg's 1993 cinematic marvel, Jurassic Park. His portrayal of the measured, sharp-witted paleontologist brought science and cinema to life for millions. With every sequel and reappearance, including 2022's Jurassic World, Dominion, Neill reinforced his place in Hollywood's cultural memory, not just as an actor, but as a symbol of continuity and class. But Neill's artistry never stopped with dinosaurs and action. He fearlessly dove into everything from historical dramas, The Piano, to psychological horror, Event Horizon, to recent prestige television, Peaky Blinders. His roles, rich with emotional texture, reflect a career defined not by typecasting, but by a relentless pursuit of creative diversity. He's the rare kind of actor who never has to shout to be heard. He listens, responds, and moves the audience with subtlety and restraint. Yet life, as it often does, brought unexpected turns. In 2022, Neill revealed a deeply personal health crisis. He had been diagnosed with angioimmunoblastic T-cell lymphoma, a rare and aggressive form of blood cancer. The diagnosis arrived while he was on a press tour, and it marked the beginning of an emotional and physical battle that tested even his enduring calm. Rather than disappearing from the public eye, Neill chose openness, transparency, and connection. He turned inward and then outward through writing. During his recovery, Neil penned a memoir titled, "Did I Ever Tell You This?" Rather than a typical Hollywood autobiography, it became a mosaic of memories, humor, musings, and heartfelt introspection. In its pages, Neil offered a glimpse into a life both glamorous and grounded, punctuated by candid reflections on mortality, gratitude, and the little joys that define a full life. Readers found not just a story of survival, but a love letter to living. His health battle, though harrowing, brought clarity. Neil retreated to his vineyard in New Zealand, a place of solace filled with animals, fresh air, and the slow rhythm of nature. It's from here that he shares delightfully sincere updates, feeding alpacas, watching the sun set over his fields, and playfully interacting with fans online. In these snippets of rural life, fans have witnessed another side of Neil, not the actor, but the man who finds peace in the everyday. And yet, Neil remains far from retired. In 2024, he starred opposite Annette Bening in Apples Never Fall, a poignant exploration of family dynamics and aging. His performance, as always, was layered and empathetic. Critics hailed it as one of his finest recent works, proof that Neil, despite personal struggles, continues to enrich the cultural tapestry with nuance and grace. He chooses projects not for their prestige, but for their meaning, and the results speak volumes. What's remarkable about Sam Neill is not just his talent, but his integrity. In an industry that often thrives on spectacle and scandal, he has managed a decade-spanning career with almost no controversy. Instead of clinging to fame, he lets it evolve alongside him, quietly, respectfully, and authentically. His values are evident in the way he lives and works, with humility, a touch of mischief, and a genuine care for others. In recent interviews, Neil has spoken with disarming honesty about living with uncertainty. He is candid about his fears, but refuses to let them define him. "I'm not afraid of dying," he said in one moving exchange, "but it would annoy me, because I'd really like another decade or two, you know?" It's this gentle humor and perspective that make his journey all the more resonant. He teaches us that aging and illness don't have to be hidden. They can be embraced with dignity and shared as a source of strength. Perhaps what's most endearing is how Neil has deepened his connection with fans through vulnerability. In an era where celebrity often feels performative, his authenticity is a balm. He shows us that you can endure hardship without losing warmth, face change without bitterness, and still dream, even if those dreams now include sipping wine under the New Zealand sky instead of running from CGI dinosaurs. So where is Sam Neill today? He is still with us, vibrant and reflective, walking slowly but steadily through the chapters of a remarkable life. He's not just surviving, he's savoring, acting, writing, gardening, sharing joy and wisdom in equal measure. His legacy is not just about what he's done on screen, but the way he's chosen to live with grace off it. What about you? Has Sam Neill's journey touched you in some way? What part of his story resonates most deeply with you? We invite you to reflect, respond, and join in celebrating a man whose quiet strength speaks louder than fame ever could. His story is still being written, and every page is worth turning. When we speak of Max Romeo, we remember not only the illustrious career he built through timeless reggae anthems, but also his irreplaceable role as a symbol of resistance, Rastafarian faith, and the enduring cultural power of Jamaica. He passed away on April 11, 2025, at a hospital near Kingston, Jamaica, due to complications from a heart condition. His death, at the age of 80, was confirmed by his lawyer, Errol Michael Henry. Born Maxwell Livingston Smith in Alexandria, Jamaica, Max Romeo overcame a turbulent childhood in Kingston to become a cornerstone of reggae's golden age. He first rose to fame with the provocative hit Wet Dream in 1968, a song banned by the BBC for its risque lyrics, yet one that climbed to number 10 on the UK charts. Despite this early notoriety, Romeo would soon reject the sexually charged image imposed on him and pivot toward a powerful new artistic direction, embracing Rastafarianism and using music as a weapon in the fight for social and political justice. His crowning achievement came with the 1976 album War in a Babylon, created in collaboration with the legendary Lee Scratch Perry and the Upsetters. Tracks such as Chase the Devil and Let the Power Fall On. I solidified his status as one of the most powerful voices for the working class and liberation movements in Jamaica. His influence extended far beyond the island, resonating with new generations through samples used by artists like Jay-Z and The Prodigy. Even in his later years, Max Romeo remained devoted to his art. His final tour in 2023 took him to 56 cities. Though he has left this world, his messages of justice, faith, and resilience live on, an eternal flame in the hearts of reggae lovers and freedom seekers around the globe.
Don't see those statistics reflected in the stomachs of people. I have also talked to some people, and there are many.
The world of journalism mourns the loss of a giant. Shaka Sali, the distinguished Ugandan-American journalist and longtime host of Straight Talk Africa on Voice of America, passed away on March 27, 2025, at the age of 71. He died in the United States following surgery for an undisclosed illness. His passing marks the end of an era for African media and global dialogue on governance, democracy, and justice. Born in Kabale, Uganda, Sali rose to prominence as a fearless voice for truth, launching Straight Talk Africa in 2000. For over 2 decades, he challenged leaders and inspired citizens with candid conversations about democracy and development. His journalism was not just informative, it was transformative. With elegance and humility, he held power to account while giving ordinary Africans a global platform to be heard. Even beyond his VOA tenure, which ended with his retirement in 2021, Sali remained an active figure in public discourse. In 2016, he moderated Uganda's presidential debate, further cementing his role as a bridge between leadership and the people. Through his work, he empowered a generation of young Africans to believe in their voice and their future. Tributes from across the continent echo his impact. Former Ugandan Prime Minister Ruhakana Rugunda called him a cherished friend and true patriot, while Buganda Kingdom Premier Charles Peter Mayiga honored his legacy of wisdom and unwavering dedication to truth. As Sali himself once said, "Let's keep the African hope alive." His voice may be gone, but his message and his mission endures. The story of Stanley R Jaffy is not merely a journey through the challenges of the film industry, it is a vivid testament to perseverance, vision, and a deep passion for the art of cinema. He passed away peacefully on March 10, 2025, at his home in Rancho Mirage, California, at the age of 84. His daughter, Betsy Jaffy, confirmed the sad news, which quickly sent ripples through the global film community as they mourned the loss of a brilliant producer. Born on July 31, 1940, in the Bronx, New York, Stanley grew up in the shadow of his father, Leo Jaffy, a prominent executive at Columbia Pictures. From his early days as an assistant at Seven Arts, Jaffy demonstrated remarkable foresight, quickly making his mark with the 1969 film Goodbye Columbus, a stepping stone to a stellar career. By the age of 29, he had become the youngest president of a major Hollywood studio and played a pivotal role in greenlighting cinematic milestones such as Love Story and The Godfather. Jaffy's crowning achievement came in 1979 when he produced Kramer vs. Kramer, a deeply moving film that won 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. In the years that followed, his collaboration with Sherry Lansing at Jaffy Lansing Productions led to more acclaimed successes, including Fatal Attraction, The Accused, and Black Rain. Though Stanley R. Jaffy has left this world, he leaves behind an extraordinary cinematic legacy and a life lived with unwavering purpose. He is remembered as a devoted producer, a loving husband, father, and grandfather. His family shared. His legacy will continue to inspire, not only through his films, but through the generosity, wisdom, and heart he gave so freely.
Come on, people, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try and love.
Danny Cox, the rich-voiced folk singer and songwriter whose music resonated with soul and sincerity, passed away on March 7, 2025, at the age of 81. Born Daniel Cox Jr. in Cincinnati, Ohio, he began singing in church choirs alongside Rudolph Isley and emerged in the 1960s folk revival with the Hootenanny Folk Tour. Best known for his 1974 LP Feel So Good, Cox's music blended heartfelt lyrics with a powerful vocal presence that captivated audiences across generations. In 1967, Cox moved to Kansas City, where he flourished as both an artist and a community figure. He recorded with major labels such as ABC Dunhill, Casablanca, and MGM, and worked closely with Good Karma Productions. His collaborations and management ties with acts like Brewer and Shipley and the Ozark Mountain Daredevils placed him firmly in the heart of the folk rock movement. Cox faced profound loss in 2008 when a fire destroyed his home. The community rallied behind him, organizing benefit concerts, including the 2010 Raise the Roof, which helped him rebuild. In the years that followed, he continued to create, releasing Kansas City, Where I Belong in 2012, a collection of new and old songs recorded with his son and fellow musicians. Beyond music, Danny was a storyteller and activist. His musical Fairball paid tribute to the courage of Negro League baseball players, blending art with social history. Until the end, Danny Cox remained a voice of compassion, justice, and enduring hope, a true folk hero whose legacy lives on in every note he left behind. Pamela Bach Hasselhoff, beloved actress and former wife of David Hasselhoff, passed away on March 5, 2025, at the age of 62. A familiar face from her appearances on Baywatch and other iconic series, she was remembered not only for her screen presence, but also for the warmth and devotion she brought to her family. Her sudden death in her Los Angeles home shocked fans and loved ones alike. And 3 weeks later, her cause of death was confirmed as suicide by a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Born in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Pamela began her career as a child actor in the 1970s, with early roles on The Young and the Restless and The Fall Guy. She later rose to recognition in the 1990s on Baywatch, appearing in 14 episodes alongside David Hasselhoff, whom she married in 1989. Their relationship, which began after meeting on Knight Rider, lasted 16 years and brought them 2 daughters, Taylor and Haley. Though their marriage ended in 2006, Pamela remained a devoted mother, often seen publicly supporting her children and their creative pursuits. Behind her radiant smile, Pamela lived with private pain. She endured years of physical challenges, including severe arthritis following a 2003 motorcycle accident. Her daughters have paid heartfelt tribute, describing her as their best friend and forever angel, vowing to honor her memory by living with the strength and love she instilled in them. Pamela's legacy is one of beauty, resilience, and maternal devotion. She may be gone, but the light she gave to her family, her fans, and the screen will continue to shine. The legacy Geraint Jarman leaves behind is not only found in his bold melodies or dreamlike verses, but also in a liberating spirit that helped guide Welsh culture into the modern world without losing its essence. He was one of the rare artists who remained unwaveringly loyal to the Welsh language in all his creative works, yet infused his art with influences from reggae, rock, European poetry, and native folk traditions, creating a unique artistic stream all his own. Born in Denbigh and raised in Cardiff, Jarman quickly secured his place in the Welsh cultural scene as a musician, poet, actor, and filmmaker. The 1970s saw him rise to prominence with the multicultural band Y Cingenedwyr, producing albums rich in social commentary and cultural depth. Beyond music, he became a pioneer in showcasing Welsh-language artists on national television through the program Fideo 9, a groundbreaking platform that significantly elevated Welsh music in the media. He was also a cherished creative collaborator, working with multiple generations of artists such as Cerys Matthews, Lwybyr Laethog, Gareth Bonello, and his 3 daughters. From poetry to film, stage to song, Geraint Jarman maintained his independence, individuality, and profound love for his cultural heritage throughout his career. He passed away on March 3, 2025, at the age of 74, after a long, quiet battle with heart-related illness. Despite his declining health in later years, Jarman never stopped creating or inspiring, demonstrating a fierce resilience and an undying passion for the arts that burned brightly until the very end. There are people who, even after they're gone, continue to shine in the hearts of millions, and Bunky Green was one of them. With his alto saxophone in hand and an unrelenting spirit of innovation, Green was not only an extraordinary musician, but also a teacher, a trailblazer, and a deeply sensitive soul who gave his life to the art of jazz. His music was never just sound. It was an intimate narrative, a silent poetry that stirred the soul and spoke directly to the heart. Born in Milwaukee in 1933, Green rose through the golden era of jazz, performing alongside legends like Charles Mingus, Elvin Jones, and Sonny Stitt. Though he remained outside the mainstream spotlight, he was revered as a musician's musician, someone who constantly pushed the boundaries of creativity. Albums like Healing the Pain, a tribute to his parents, and Apex, his celebrated collaboration with Rudresh Mahanthappa, showcase both his technical brilliance and emotional depth. Offstage, Green was a revered educator. He led jazz programs at Chicago State University and the University of North Florida, where he inspired generations of students to find their unique voice. As former president of the International Association for Jazz Education and a member of multiple halls of fame, Green believed that teaching was not about delivering facts, but about nurturing truth, curiosity, and artistic integrity. Bunky Green passed away on March 1, 2025, at the age of 91. He leaves behind a legacy that transcends music, one of passion, authenticity, and enduring inspiration. His sound lives on, echoing in the hearts of those he taught, those he moved, and those who continue to discover his timeless voice. Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa shared more than 3 decades of love, creativity, and quiet companionship, a life lived away from the Hollywood spotlight. Their story came to a heartbreaking end on February 26, 2025, when the couple, along with their beloved dog, were found dead in their Santa Fe home. The discovery shocked fans worldwide, closing the final chapter on one of cinema's most respected actors and his devoted wife, a talented classical pianist. Arakawa, born in Hawaii in the early 1960s, met Hackman at a California gym where she worked while pursuing her music career. The two fell in love, moved to Santa Fe in 1990, and married the following year. Throughout their 34-year relationship, Arakawa remained a deeply private person, quietly supporting Hackman as he transitioned from acting into writing. She played a vital role in shaping his literary voice, editing his work with care and precision. Their bond extended into the rhythms of everyday life, from shared yoga and puzzles to Friday night comedy marathons and walks with their German shepherds. Their final days, however, were marked by a tragic turn. Arakawa died first from hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, a rare illness contracted through rodent droppings, followed by Hackman just a week later from severe heart disease and complications from advanced Alzheimer's. Investigators believe their passing occurred days before their bodies were discovered, adding a somber note to an already painful loss. Together in life and death, Hackman and Arakawa leave behind a legacy of artistry, resilience, and quiet love, a testament to a partnership rooted in depth, dignity, and unwavering devotion.
You asked for me.
Lucy.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll see you then.
Jessica Alba, redefining stardom through purpose, health, and authenticity. There are few figures in Hollywood who have transitioned from global stardom to conscious entrepreneurship with as much grace and intention as Jessica Alba. Known for her captivating performances in the early 2000s, Alba built a brand of strength, sincerity, and vision that now extends far beyond the silver screen. Her story is not one of a fading star, but of a woman who deliberately stepped out of the limelight to forge a path of deeper meaning, reshaping what it means to be successful in the public eye. Her journey continues to inspire those seeking a life driven by purpose rather than popularity. In a world saturated with superficial success, Alba's story is a breath of fresh air, reminding us that our truest value often lies in what we build quietly, intentionally, and with heart. If you've ever felt the pull to pivot your life toward more meaningful pursuits, her story may just be the spark you need. Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. Born on April 28, 1981, in Pomona, California, Jessica Alba rose to fame through the sci-fi television series Dark Angel. Her portrayal of Max Guevara, a genetically enhanced super soldier, catapulted her into fame almost overnight. Soon after, she was leading blockbusters like Honey, Fantastic Four, and Sin City, where her presence brought depth and allure to every role. Audiences connected with her charisma, her quiet power, and her ability to balance vulnerability with strength. Yet fame was never the final destination for Alba. It was a vehicle, a platform she would eventually use to inspire greater change, rooted in something far more profound than red carpet appearances. Behind her cinematic persona was a childhood shadowed by serious health challenges, chronic asthma, pneumonia, allergies, and multiple surgeries. These experiences fostered an acute awareness of the fragility of health and planted the early seeds for her future mission. Her perspective on wellness deepened after becoming a mother in 2008. The birth of her daughter Honor sparked a profound shift. Alba became determined to build a safer, healthier world, not just for her children, but for families everywhere. In those tender, early moments of motherhood, she realized her purpose stretched beyond the screen. It was to protect, to educate, and to uplift. This vision became The Honest Company, launched in 2012. Aiming to provide safe, eco-conscious, and transparent products, the brand quickly found its place in the hearts of modern parents. Alba evolved into more than just a founder. She became a wellness advocate, leading conversations around health, transparency, and ethical business practices. She was no longer playing roles, she was embodying one. Under her guidance, the brand faced early criticisms with accountability, responding with improved standards and renewed transparency, reinforcing consumer trust. Her response wasn't rehearsed, it was real, driven by integrity and fueled by a deep desire to do right. Yet, Alba's transformation was not without emotional depth. Her father's thyroid cancer diagnosis was a poignant reminder of life's impermanence, reinforcing her commitment to holistic well-being. She has spoken candidly about undergoing therapy with her daughters to promote emotional intelligence and open communication in her household. These acts reflect a broader truth. For Alba, healing and authenticity are not business strategies. They are personal convictions. In a society that often praises surface-level success, Alba dives deep, showing that the greatest growth often happens when no one's watching. Balancing motherhood, entrepreneurship, and a return to acting, Alba embodies the complexity of modern womanhood. In a culture that often demands perfection, her willingness to address burnout, imposter syndrome, and the hidden emotional labor of public life makes her story all the more relatable. With her role in LA's Finest alongside Gabrielle Union, Alba re-entered Hollywood on her own terms, choosing roles that reflect her current identity rather than chase nostalgic glory. Her return to acting wasn't about fame, it was about expression, alignment, and reclaiming a piece of her artistry. Her public image remains remarkably grounded. Unlike many celebrities who spiral into controversy, Alba's journey has been one of continual growth. Even when faced with scrutiny over her company's early product claims, she met it not with defensiveness, but with reflection and resolve. Her resilience lies not in perfection, but in purposeful evolution, a rare quality in both Hollywood and business. She reminds us that leadership isn't about being flawless, it's about being fiercely honest. Now, with the Honest Company expanding and her voice growing louder in wellness and entrepreneurship circles, Jessica Alba represents a new kind of role model. She is not the starlet seeking relevance, but the woman who dared to reinvent success around family, impact, and integrity. Her leadership is not loud, but it is undeniable, built on consistency, compassion, and clarity of vision. She didn't abandon fame, she reshaped it into something with staying power, leaving behind an inspiring blueprint for those wishing to align their professional endeavors with personal values. Her success is not measured in headlines, but in the quiet revolutions she leads within homes, boardrooms, and hearts. Alba's journey reminds us that there is immense power in pausing, reassessing, and forging a path that aligns with our values. Her evolution, from child patient to actress, from mother to CEO, stands as a testament to reinvention and resilience. In redefining her own narrative, she has helped others feel seen, heard, and empowered to do the same. Her courage to be transparent about her struggles makes her triumphs feel all the more profound. Each chapter of her life adds nuance, proving that we are never confined to one identity, one role, or one dream. So we ask, what part of Jessica Alba's journey speaks to you the most? Do you believe our culture is ready to celebrate substance over spectacle? Have you experienced a turning point that led you to redefine success for yourself? Join the conversation, share your voice, and let's continue to elevate stories that reflect real strength, authenticity, and courage. The path may be winding, but as Alba has shown us, it is also beautiful. Thank you for witnessing the journey of Jessica Alba, a woman who walked away from the spotlight, only to illuminate a new one all her own. Her legacy reminds us that sometimes the boldest move we can make is not to reach for more light, but to become it.